I think I need a root canal. So painful, right? Maybe. We're about to debunk some myths. Let's go. Welcome to another episode of You Can't Handle the Tooth. This is Dr. J, the real Floss Boss, coming at you today. Happy to be with you. So grateful for all the viewers. It's pretty amazing. I hope this is a helpful service to you because that's all it's meant to be. Please, please, please share this video with your friends and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have all these and much more, many more videos on our YouTube channel we want to share with you. But thank you for joining with us today. We are going to talk about 4 root canal myths and hopefully put your mind at ease. We may throw in a bonus. Myth. So, myth number 1, are root canals painful? I mean, they have a pretty bad reputation, right? Root canals, whenever you hear about it, they're like, oh, I need a root canal. In fact, it's associated many things like, oh, I'd rather get a root canal, right? I can just tell you they're not nearly, I'm not going to say that they're never painful because I'm very sure that somebody watching this is going to be like, oh, please, I had one and it was painful. I can give the same injection in the same place on 5 different people. And one of them, before I even touch the tissue, it's the truth. And then on another one, I'll do the injection and they'll be like, oh my gosh, that was like, I didn't feel anything. So there's a lot of subjectivity to it and everyone comes from different backgrounds. They might be more anxious and stuff like that. But generally speaking, if you get good anesthesia with a good endodontist, which are easy to find, the root canal will be as pleasant as, say, a filling. Okay? So it's not going to be like fun. It's not like going to Carowinds. But certainly it's not any worse than getting a filling. They're really actually kind of boring. Once you're numb and you're ready to go, you just have to sit there and the endodontist just does their work. Or the general dentist who's doing the root canal does the work. So are they painful? The answer is usually no. Relatively speaking, there's usually no pain involved. This may be a HIPAA violation on myself, but I've had a root canal and they're really not that bad. Okay, that I assure you. So that is myth number 1 out here. Myth number 2, if it doesn't hurt, you must not need a root canal. That is false. False. Right? Sometimes you can need a root canal and you don't even know it because your tooth doesn't hurt. There are situations where a nerve can be dying and you won't have any pain. Okay, so how would you know that you need a root canal? Well, sometimes the dentist might ask you, hey, it's time for a new set of x-rays. Do you want them? And then we always ask, how much is it, doc? And you tell them, and then we evaluate whether we want them or not. Well, the only way you'll know is by getting those x-rays. Can a dentist overprescribe x-rays? I guess, but they don't. They just usually don't. First of all, they don't make any money on x-rays, so it's not like they're going to score big by getting an extra x-ray on one tooth for you or even a full mouth series. It's just not that profitable. So they're not trying to make money off of it, and you have to be this really cruel person to want to just expose you to radiation for no good reason. So get the x-rays that are needed so that a proper diagnosis of all your teeth can be done and you can pick up on these things early. If a tooth is starting to die and it's one of those root canals that you'll need that you don't feel, that doesn't hurt, you don't want it to get worse and then end up being a situation where you lose the tooth. That could be prevented if it's detected early. So get the proper x-rays, get them read by your dentist, and then get that root canal done. All right, true or false? There are some instances where you won't even need anesthesia for a root canal. That is true. That is true. So in some situations, you won't even need anesthesia. That's not common. Most of the time, you at least need a local anesthetic. All right? Okay. Myth number 3. A root canal is a temporary fix. Temporary fix. That is not true. Root canals can last 10, 20 years, even longer. So a lot of it has to do with how you maintain your dental hygiene and professional care after you get the root canal done. So you want to make sure you're doing everything you can to protect that tooth. Most of the time, not all the time, most of the time, you need a crown on top of a tooth that is getting root canaled. Here's a bonus myth The bonus is very often I'll tell patients, you're going to need a crown on this tooth if you want to save the tooth. And they will say, oh my gosh, I need a root canal? Now, I know that sounds funny, but my own mother used to think that way. It's not uncommon. Sometimes people think if you're going to get a crown, that means you got to get a root canal, and it's actually the opposite. If you're going to get a root canal, almost always you need a crown, but you can often get a crown and never need a root canal, okay? But the concept of a root canal being a temporary fix is false. If the dentist says, hey, you need to get a crown now, don't be surprised if the root canal or the tooth doesn't fail or break if you don't get the crown, okay? So that is what's going to ensure that the tooth will last for a long, long time after the root canal. All right, myth number 4. It's better to just pull it. Listen, I myself have seen the video on Netflix called Root Cause. And it is a video that has a bunch of experts telling you how harmful root canals are. I have put together some thoughts to actually debunk some of the theories they have in this video, but I had patients that asked me, and even other doctors that sent in questions about this video. So I watched the video and I took a whole bunch of notes here on my iPad while I was watching it, and there's several statements that just, you know, the advice or the tip of the day is if you have to give proper authority to a Netflix sensationalized video or the journal from the American Dental Association, you know, you may want to lean over there, okay? It's a good entertainment show to watch, and I think there can be harmful things that come from root canals, but there can also be harmful things from buying a really nice sports car. So those are the 4 myths we just busted about root canals for you. I'm sure there are many other questions, and maybe we'll dedicate a video specifically to root canals and exactly what we do during that procedure. So stay tuned for that. Please keep the questions coming below. I get actually private messages on Snapchat and on Instagram. I actually get them from all over the world, from other dentists and from other patients who just are wanting some questions answered about procedures that they're about to undertake or some goals that they want to accomplish with their smile or their oral health. And I'm always happy to help. So this is just some information for you. I hope you find it useful. This is the Floss Boss, Dr. J, signing off from You Can't Handle the Tooth. We will talk to you soon on our next episode.